G'day, that's Slot Car Guy here, and welcome to episode 7 of my 5 favourites. This is a series I created where I show off some of my slot cars, and each week I will choose 5 different slot cars from my collection and tell a story, if there is about it, or explain why I purchased it. And this week's 5 I think is quite different. So let's get stuck into it. What is car number 1? Well, let's find out together. So for car number 1, I have gone with Carrera, but I think I've chosen a Carrera slot car that is quite hard to find. It is the Maserati MC12, the Vitaphone livery from the FIA GT 2005 series, car number 10. Now, let me know in the comments if I am wrong, but it did take me some time to find a Maserati MC10 in slot car form, especially from Carrera. Now, this is quite an old slot car. It is an evolution car, so non-digital. But I like the livery. I think they've done a really good job showing off the length of the car. The Maserati in real life is quite a long car. And I like at the rear of this how they've got the 2 exhaust pipes poking out the back. Very retro, old school, sort of early 2000s tuner boy style. But here we go, the Maserati MC12 in the Vitaphone livery. Am I wrong? Is this a hard slot car chassis or shell to find? Let me know in the comments, but that is car number 1. What do we have for car number 2? Well, let's check it out. So for car number 2, I have chosen an absolute stunner by FlySlot. It is the BMW CLS 6-hour Silverstone from 1976. Now, FlySlot make incredible looking slot cars, and again, this isn't a new slot car, it's quite an old slot car in today's fashion, but it is extraordinarily cool and very collectible. FlySlot cars are very collectible, and what I do love about this BMW is that the motor is an inline in the front of the car, where the real motor would be in real life. But take a look at it. The design of this is still today stands up very, very well, and I just love this shape of the BMW from the 70s. Really good looking slot car. Now, I do have a fair few FlySlots, a majority of them are Porsche and Beamer, but this shape I had to hunt down, and I know there's different liveries, and I believe I will have different liveries to show off in my future videos, but take a look at this. FlySlot, you guys are artists. So car number 2, an absolute stunning slot car by FlySlot. What do I have for car number 3? Let's check it out. So for car number 3, I have chosen another beauty from Ninco. And if you haven't watched my channel lately, I have just released a video on a Ninco lot I purchased, which I'm still blown away, but I had to throw a Ninco into the mix. And this is by far one of my favorite cars of all time. I grew up playing this car in video games. I'm a huge gamer. This car I chose always in Gran Turismo, and it was almost like a legendary car. If you got it, you knew you were going to win races. What is it? Well, it's a JDM beast. It's the Toyota Supra in the Calstra livery. And I think Ninco do a really good job on JDM cars. Beautiful deep dish white rims, the wide body kit. It is an absolute weapon. And again, I think these are becoming quite hard to find, what any Ninco car is, but I'm so proud to have this in my collection. As I am a huge JDM fan, I've owned many real JDM cars in my life, never a Supra, I wish I did. But this car is from my childhood, and now I can race it around my track. So Ninco, if you are watching, if you still exist, get back into it. This stuff is awesome. But what do I have for car number 4? Well, are we going retro? Not yet. I've gone with a brand that you might have forgotten made slot cars. So for car number 4, I have chosen a slot car brand that no longer exists, but I wish they got back into it. Now, that is AutoArt. I love their die-cast car range. I'm a huge die-cast car collector, but I also did love their slot racing range, which was AutoArt Slot Racing in 124 and 132 scale. Now, what you see in front of you is the Lamborghini Diablo Roadster, which has been executed beautifully. This thing looks wicked. It's got the figure inside, of course, being a Roadster, the roof is off, and I believe inside there you do have the roof to put back on, which I want to see more of that. I like options when it comes with cars because they are the model experts, but putting model style into a slot car, it's a win-win for us. So AutoArt, if you are watching, which I know you're probably not, please get back into making slot cars. Now, this particular slot car, the Diablo Roadster, is 4-wheel drive, it has headlights, and it's got magnets. So it was as good as the other companies, it just didn't perform very well. Now, the reason I did pull this out is DDE is a channel I follow, Daily Driven Exotics, which probably most of us do, and they're now getting into buying old school Lamborghinis, which I believe they have a Diablo in their range, which I think is really cool. So I thought, I think I've got a Diablo or some old school Lamborghini, so I'll put one on my channel. So DDE, I know you're not watching, but this one's for you guys. AutoArt, if you are watching, get back into it. I loved your slot cars. Yes, they didn't perform very well, but take a look at that. Now for car number 5, we do have retro I'm not going to say what brand, you probably could guess, but let's get stuck into car number 5. So to finish off episode 7, I have gone retro again, and I've reached deep into my Scalatric retro bin and pulled out an absolute gem, which I've been wanting to share for a while, and I do love this slot car, and it is a Porsche 911. Now, firstly, Porsche is most definitely my favorite brand. If I could have a Porsche in real life, that is a bucket list goal for me. But it is the Scalatric Super Scale Porsche 911. Now, the Super Scale box itself, I think, is stunning. Big Super Scale on top. It's got a couple of dot points, super size, super racing, super course, getting you excited about the car. Now, let's talk about the car itself. It is a Porsche 911. It's in the Demon livery. It's pretty much red plastic shell with some beautiful decal on it. Love the deep dish yellow rims and the Goodyear writing. Beautiful looking slot car. Does it perform well? Probably not. For a collector, my heart's racing. Now, a couple other different things on this box that you don't normally see. On the back, we've got this super styling dynamic detail logo. Now, I really like how they get into the wow factor of this car. But on the side, we have an SCX sticker that's stating it is the Porsche 911 Demon. Now, if you want to know more about Scalatric and SCX back in the day, please check out Dave Kennedy's channel. He has broken that down in a really good video. He will explain it better than me, so please check him out. But to finish off episode 7, we've gone retro, but not any retro, we've gone retro Porsche. So that's a wrap of episode 7 of my 5 favorites. I've chosen 5 different manufacturers and 5 different slot cars to share with you today. So let me know in the comments what's your favorite out of my 5. But as always, let me know what your 5 favorites are on a weekly basis, because I love seeing what people are collecting. But I also do have 2 builds to share with you today, and it's from a local Aussie boy. So thank you very much, Reese, mate. I appreciate the email. He is working on 2 builds at the moment. The first is a 1/24 scale toe bolt. It looks like a plastic kit. I'm looking forward to see what chassis he is going to choose. And if you are watching, mate, hit the comments. Are you going to go brass? Are you going to get a universal chassis? It'd be great to see that thing finished. And also a 1956 Chev Del Rey, again in 1/24 scale. Build in progress, so I can't wait to see how he finishes these off. So thank you very much, Reese, for sending those to me, mate. And if you do want to send me anything to my email to share on upcoming videos, please hit the email. Of course, tracks, builds, dioramas, whatever it may be, please email me, because I do like sharing some of the stuff that you guys are doing and girls out there. But as always, at That Slot Car Guy on Instagram and YouTube. Be safe, take care, support your local. Ciao.
Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.